Okay, we're going to look at how to do grade setup. So starting from where you first log in, you'd check the class that you want to set your grades up to. I'm going to start with this class right down here. And I'd go to the grade setup tab. I'm setting my percentages for the quarter. Now, first thing I'd want to check is my final grade. Are my final grade weights correct for my class? 40, 40, 20 for non-EOCs, 37.5, 37.5, 25 for EOCs. You want to make sure you have the term weights checked, meaning that the grades aren't cumulative from quarter to quarter. It's quarter one has its own grade, quarter two has its own grade, and the exam has its own grade. Now, if you teach the same class, or you teach a non-EOC class all day, you can click this copy button, and you can actually copy this entire class and paste it over to all your other classes so they're all the same. And check each of these boxes. Check, check, check. Again, I don't want to do homeroom. It's not going to let me. But check and check. And then I can say next, and it's going to go ahead and change those so everything's the exact same. It's that 40, 40, 20 setup through all my grade books. I can double check that by going into AP Chemistry now and clicking on its final grade. Yep, 40, 40, 20, so on and so forth. Now, for the quarter grades, you need to double check on Q1. And again, most of us use category weights. Some of us may use 20 total points, but I'm sure the vast majority of us use category weights. If you click on category weights, you have to add the categories you want to be weighted. So I would say add categories. Clearly I'm going to add them all, otherwise why would I create them? Unless, of course, I have a category that is for records only and not part of your grade. And I would say okay, and then I would put in the weights that I had on my syllabus. My 10% homework, my 10% participation, maybe I say then 50% on tests and quizzes, and the other 30% on homework. And again, making sure that those weights add up. It should have updated here. I don't know, that one didn't update there. Now it updated to 50, making sure that my percentages. Now I can choose to drop a certain number of low grades if I want. Again, that's a teacher preference. Maybe you always discard the lowest grade. Well, you could put number of low grades to discard as 1, so on and so forth. And of course, if I teach the same class, I can do the same thing. I can copy this to another grade book so I don't have to redo it, so it's the same on every grade book. Make sure I hit save and go out the door. And go ahead and hit save here, even though I'll need to change that later. Save, be done. Can close this arrow, and now I've done quarter one. Then I can go do quarter two. Again, if you copied it, you could have done, it would have copied to quarter two, but I'll go category weights and do the same thing. The exam, you'll only have the one. I usually would say yes. I'm clicking no now just because I'm not doing this for real. The exam grade, you'd usually only have the one category, a test. It's an exam test, and that's it. And you'd add that one category to get that set up.